Many modern professionals manage to accumulate massive amounts of capital and high social status, only to find themselves completely drained of energy and purpose by middle age. Julian Mantle is the extreme embodiment of this phenomenon. He is a high-powered defense lawyer whose entire existence is defined by aggressive courtroom victories, relentless stress, and his ultimate trophy. But the pressure of that lifestyle triggers a catastrophic physical failure. Right in the middle of a crowded courtroom, Julian suffers a near-fatal heart attack. This diagram shows the societal blueprint for career success. It funnels finite biological resources, time and health, into material assets. Running this system continuously without reinvesting eventually drains those reserves to zero, causing the body to shut down. Acquiring material wealth by burning through your physical and mental health is a catastrophic resource misallocation. You end up destroying your primary asset to acquire secondary ones. Surviving the courtroom collapse forces Julian to execute a hard reset. He liquidates his entire portfolio, selling off his worldly possessions, including the prized red Ferrari, to completely sever ties with the environment that broke him. He travels away from the corporate centers of the West and deep into the isolating, harsh environment of the Himalayas, seeking out a legendary group of monks known as the Sages of Savannah. The sages teach Julian through a highly specific mental framework built around an eccentric fable involving a sumo wrestler in a beautiful garden. The story operates as a carefully coded mnemonic device. Julian used his time in the mountains to strip his habits down to the studs and install a completely new operating system called the 7 Virtues of Enlightened Living. The first pillar of this operating system is internal investment. You have to take control of your focus and define a strict, overriding life purpose, what the sages call dharma. This chart maps the effects of kaizen, the practice of continuous self-improvement. By applying strict daily self-discipline to small habits, microscopic improvements compound over time into massive exponential growth. But the system only functions if you acknowledge the reality of this horizontal bar. Time is a strictly non-renewable resource. Every day you spend slowly burns away, which means you have to ruthlessly guard your hours against distractions. Because that time is finite, constantly delaying your satisfaction until a distant retirement date is a mathematical error. You have to anchor your focus and your joy entirely in the present moment. Once your internal resources are secured, the final output is external. Selflessly serving others naturally occurs as the byproduct of a fully actualized, balanced individual. You maintain these virtues through non-negotiable physical habits. This means sitting for focused meditation, actively journaling your thoughts, and running on a plant-based diet. Clarity and mental stability do not magically appear once you reach a certain tax bracket. True inner peace is an active, daily discipline. Julian eventually returns to Western society as a physically rejuvenated and deeply peaceful man. He immediately tracks down his former legal associate, John, to pass the framework on. This entire narrative is the engine of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, written by Robin Sharma. He designed the fable specifically to deliver ancient monastic principles to high-achieving, deeply stressed professionals. The practical takeaway here is vital. Achieving this level of clarity does not require abandoning your career, liquidating your assets, or relocating to an ashram. You can build a routine around these concepts today using specific low-barrier starting points. Try the Rose meditation to rebuild your attention span, or start a daily journaling habit to externalize your stress. This balanced scale illustrates the new metric of success, maintaining harmony between high-level professional ambition and holistic well-being. Ambition itself is perfectly healthy. The objective is to restructure your daily routines so that your success is fueled by sustainable inner peace, rather than the rapid burning of your own lifespan.